and BG Tampines Rovers are unbeaten. One of those records will change tonight as these heavyweights of Singapore football collide in this top-of-the-table clash here at Jalan Besar Stadium. We are halfway through match week 11. We've already had 9 goals from the first 2 fixtures. Balestier Khalsa picked up a 5-2 win against Geylang International on Friday, while Albirex were comfortable in their 2-0 victory over the Young Lions yesterday. We will have one more game on Monday. That's between Hougang United and Tanjong Pagar United. Tonight, though, is all about first against second. The league leaders and defending champions are 7 points clear of BG Tampines Rovers, who have a game in hand over their title rivals. The Sailors can extend that lead into double figures with a win tonight. The away side, though, will give their title charge a huge boost if they pick up maximum points and cut the deficit to 4. A matchup which could tell us plenty about the direction of the title race. Let's hear from Varo Moreno of the Lion City Sailors, followed by Chinedu Ezako of BG Tampines Rovers.
Hi Varo, nice to still be speaking to you despite the noise of the impending new coach. Big one today. Excited?
Yeah, we are very excited. We want to really play today. We prepared the game quite good, so let's see.
First time against each other in the league, but you've had 2 outings with them, a win and a loss. How do you foresee today panning out?
Yeah, it's the first time, but actually for us it's one more game. Of course it's special because of for the opponent, but for us it's the same. We just want to win every game, and today is not different.
And you're a team to beat, 10 wins in 10, the quality you have, the resources you have, perhaps also knowing that it might be your last match as head coach. How much do you want to win this match?
I want to win this match just because then we are going to be closer to win the game, the league. Sorry, no, not for me, just for the club, for the team, and this is the most important.
Hi Chinedu, big win the ACL2 leading up to these clashes. Firstly, congratulations. How buoyed are the team from that result?
Thanks. The motivation is high, and we are looking forward for a good fight today.
And as much as you want to approach this like it's just another game, like what you always say, surely it does hold some extra weight knowing that LCS are your direct title contender. How do you deal with this?
Oh, I mean, this can be a very hard fight, and I know that the LCS is, they are already out of the Asian Cup, so they're looking forward to secure this. And as much as we are staying in the fight, we have to fight till the end for this game, and we need to chase them. We need to cut off their points, and need to be there with them.
And they're a team with good quality. How do you plan to show off the attractive possession-based attacking football while also keeping your defenses tight?
Well, both teams know each other very well, so it's not like something we are playing very new. We got out there, play the ball. When we have possession, we gotta play very good football, control the game. As much as when we are out of possession, we need to defend properly again. They are quite very dangerous in counter-attack. They're very good attacking players, so we need to make sure we stay on our feet, stop that kind of a movement, and control the game as well.
And you gave your youngster Casey Rogers a sensational debut in the ACL2, and he's set to make his SPL debut today. How much do you trust him?
Well, you can see he did it in the big game, then I think he deserves it. Let him carry on, and we are all proud of him.
Well, hearing from a couple of interim head coaches, Chinedu Ezako and Varo Moreno, and there's someone there right at the back who was an interim head coach and is now the Singapore national team head coach, taking his opportunity very well. Watching on, plenty of quality out there. He's keeping an eye on ahead of the AFC Asian Cup next year. Preparations already taking place, I'm sure. And with me in the commentary position is someone who has also been a coach in the league and a former player as well, Shasi Kumar. Shasi, good to be working with you on this one. It's a strange situation, isn't it? First and second on the Singapore Premier League standings. Both have let go of their head coaches. Both have interim coaches in charge coming into this one.
Yeah, it's a weird situation, but take nothing away from the importance of the game. I think for me, at least in my opinion, I think it's a more important game for BG Tampines than it is for Lion City Sailors. Obviously, the Sailors, they want to win this as well, but I think if they do lose this game, BG Tampines, it's going to be a tough ask for them for the rest of the season. And if they do win this game, they go within 4 points, and then obviously they've got a game in hand as well. So I think that's a good thing for them. So, it's a huge one obviously for BG Tampines, and they need to get something out of this game. A win is probably a must for them.
I've been hearing some news about the coaching situation, the head coaching situation at both these clubs. There should be an update for you coming officially over the next few days or so with regard to that. As the sides line up out here on what is a lovely playing surface at Jalan Besar. It's a very windy night as well, which will help. Still quite a bit of humidity, so that breeze will provide some comfort for these players. As a look at the match officials, referee Jensen Fu takes charge of his 160th match as a referee in the SPL. It's the first time this season that he is in the middle of a fixture involving the Lion City Sailors. He'll be assisted by Andy Tan and Samadi Nawawi. Fourth official is Mazlan Pagira. Video assistant referees in support this evening. The VAR is Abhirami Naidu. Assistant VAR Abdul Hanan. Haris Harun and Shah Shahiran, teammates at international level, rivals tonight, both with the captain's armband for their sides. Well, let's have a look at the lineups, beginning with the Lion City Sailors. They have made 3 changes from their last league outing. Haris Harun comes back into the side in place of Rui Perez. He will line up in midfield alongside Sien Denge, who picks up a start tonight as well. Leonard T comes into the side to replace Anderson Lopez, and he will be looking to add to his 8 league goals this season. Lionel Tan, who has recently made 100 appearances for the Lion City Sailors, is on the bench, as is Shawal Anuar. Rui Perez and Anderson Lopez also will be ready and available if required by Varo Moreno. There is Varo Moreno, who was brought into the club as the match analyst. He's worked his way up to chief analyst at the Lion City Sailors and into the interim head coaching position. He's enjoying himself out there. Big smiles in the interviews and ahead of all the matches he's been involved in. BG Tampines Rovers are keeping faith with most of the 11 that fought their way into the AFC Champions League 2 quarterfinals in midweek. They have made just 1 change from that midweek fixture against Kongan Hanoi. Glenn Quay comes in to replace Yuki Kobayashi, who is on the bench tonight. Hide Higashikawa has been in top form and will be one to watch up front for BG Tampines. A lot of young talent in there. Ong Yuan, Raul Suhaimi, young talent with lots of minutes under their belts. Joel Chu, another option available for Chinedu Ezako. Also serving as the interim head coach for BG Tampines Rovers. He was on the sidelines when BG Tampines booked their place in the final 8 of AFC Champions League 2. Former Hougang United head coach has been hired by BG Tampines as their under-19 coach and stepping into the breach momentarily after the club parted ways with Nur Rahman. So Shasi, we are just moments away from kickoff. Looking at the sides, looking at the setups, what sort of fixture are you expecting?
Well, firstly, I'm so excited about the battles all around the pitch. You know, we talk about Bart Ramsala against Irfan Najib. We talk about Tran Bohajiar against Akram. And then obviously in central midfield, Sega Sumi, Shah Shahiran, Sien Denge and Hami Shahin. And obviously up top as well, Leonard T. He's been in great form against Yamashita and Mahler. And obviously Higashikawa, he's been excellent throughout the season. And he's up against Bailey Wright, Tony Datkovic. And, you know, it's interesting, isn't it? And we talk about battles, we talk about the goal-scoring battle as well. You know, Nakano scoring 2 goals yesterday for Albrecht. And obviously we've got 2 of the top players in the league again in T and Higashikawa. So it's going to be interesting. And I was just taking a look at the Sailors. They're playing with a 5-man defense. So obviously 3 central defenders in Harish, Bailey Wright and Tony Datkovic.
So we are off here at Jalan Besar. And it's BG Tampines with that rugby-style kickoff into touch. Eventually get the throw in. They're going from right to left on your screens in the yellow and black. I'm Rishoshin Ryan. I've got Shasi Kumar alongside me, a former player and coach in the SPL. Yoga Nakamura up against his former club. Not to many cheers for him early on.
Well, that's natural. He doesn't mind. He's a quality player.
I guess Shasi as well, you mentioned the Land City Sailors going into that back three, a sign of the respect that they have for the opposition this evening.
Yeah, I think so. You know, I think they want to solidify that central region of defense, and then obviously ably supported by Akram, who has had a very good couple of games already to his belt, and obviously with Costa on the left-hand side. Talk about Kevin on the stands, right, or in the stands. He's got some players to look out for. Marla, who's made some very good performances already so far.
Nakamura, D. Costa. Track by Glenn Quay. Going shoulder to shoulder. That's stayed in play. No. Late whistle.
Yeah, good early defensive work from Glenn Quay. And very interesting. He was very deep in that passage of play, Glenn Quay. And this was the, definitely ball out of touch. Just brought it in. Glenn Quay obviously needs to do his fair share of defending today against a marauding Diego Costa.
Here's Shah. Really nice atmosphere here at Jalan Besar. Tends to be the case when these sides come up against each other. It's their first league meeting this season. They've already played each other twice. Once was in the Community Shield, and on that occasion it was BG Tampines who came away winners by 4-1. And they met again at the Singapore Cup final. Land City Sailors winning that on the pitch in extra time. It was later awarded to them 3-0. Ivan Susak having to react at the near post.
Oh, that was a very good run from Sega Sumi, and Pat Ramsla wasn't thinking that Sega Sumi would make that run, and he did. There you go, he's just pointing, and Ramsla was caught there, napping, and don't know whether he meant it as a shot. In the end, it's on target.
It's Glenn Quay. It's come off Jacob Mahler, who was pretty outstanding in midweek against Kongan Hanoi. Solid defensive display.
Exactly, and he's been very good, and obviously for the national side as well, he wants to be amongst the squad and obviously to start games for the national side.
Well, we saw PG Tampines against the Vietnamese side go to a back five, looking like they're going to be doing the same here against the Lion City Sailors. Glenn Quay just dropping in there.
And even Higashikawa is playing just slightly on that right side of midfield in front of Glenn Quay.
And essentially the same approach from them that we saw against Kongan Hanoi. Higashikawa, when they don't have it, on the right side of that midfield four, but you'll expect to find him in a lot of central positions when they transition.
Yeah, exactly, and he's good enough for that because tactically he's aware of what he's doing. Even Tran Boajia, now he's playing centrally as a main striker when they are defending.
Here's Ramzala. And Denge. Harris. And Nakamura. To Akram. There the boos. Kazama. Sega Sumi just decides to slow it down for the moment. Shimoto had to rush to get that away. It's be given straight back to the Land City Sailors. But Ramzala is having a strong start to the season. 7 goals and 7 assists in the SPL for him. He's such a dangerous player, and he's got a wonderful relationship with Costa on the left-hand side.
Yeah, last week, who played against Tanjung Pagar, they were almost, Ramsala was almost unplayable. So dangerous on the ball, so strong.
Dengue. And it's played on the inside of Glenn Quay. Good early pressure by the home side. Only have the SPL left to play for. All focus will be on making sure they seal up another title. In such a good position. 7 points clear. Coming into this one, having played a game more than Tampines. Leonard T with the shot. First test for 16-year-old Casey Rogers.
Well, that's the kind of test that he would have wanted. A rather tame effort from Leonard T. But probably that's the brief, isn't it, for the Lion City Sailors players, strikers, or even midfielders who take shots and try to put the pressure on the youngster.
Yeah, I don't think he was tested too much in AFC Champions League 2 in midweek. Players in front of him doing an excellent job, making sure he had plenty of protection. Rogers making his Singapore Premier League debut tonight, having made his senior debut for PG Tampines in that continental fixture. Kazama. Akram. As Harris quickly closed down by Higashikawa. Played out of the press very well. Datkovic. Ramsala. Harris. It's a good pass into Hami Shaheen. Equally well defended by Shah Shahiran. Johnson flew in the way.
Yeah, I think another player who was put in a very underrated performance was Shah Shahiran in the middle of the park in that game in midweek. Defensively, tactically, was very aware of situations, and just there, again, before that happened, was very good in closing down Hami Shaheen.
It can be tempting to want to get involved in a match like this. Jensen Fu, I assure you, though, was trying his best to get out of the way. Yamashita. Looking for Higashikawa. Flag has gone up for offside.
Yeah, I think he did look like he was coming back from an offside position or slightly off.
What a signing he has been. 22 goals in 25 appearances for PG Tampines. Coming in this competition. Dengue. Costa. Get it back inside. Yoshimoto drifts in field and find a yellow shirt. It's collected by Dankovic. There's Ramsala. Dengue. Nakamura gets enough of a touch on that to send it to T. Ramsala. Was he fouled? No. Play continues. Let's look at Nakamura. Holds his balance well. A couple of nudges there on him by Sega Sumi.
Yeah, for a moment there, you just thought Nakamura, could he get a shot off? This was blocked off. In the end, another cross that was easy for KC.
And his versatility also gives him opportunities to get minutes, allows him to play in a couple of different positions. Kazama. Trying to find a way around Akram Asman, but sent back to Yoshimoto. Here's Sega Sumi. Shah. Bahaja. Here is Shah Shahiran. Nakamura, quick feet.
Yeah, the two teams here so far, it's just like a boxing match, isn't it? The first few rounds just testing each other out, and now the pendulum is just slightly changing in terms of possession. Now it's with BG Tampines.
Kazama, clever first touch, takes him away from Akram. Glenn Quay, Yoshimoto, give it back to Glenn Quay. They've earned themselves a corner.
Yeah, good covering there by Akram. Probably could have just let the ball go out of play, but safety first for Akram. This ball that was played in probably slightly too hard for Glenn Quay. Made inroads into the middle.
In yellow and black in the area, waiting for this delivery, which is very deep. Yamashita heads it into the 6-yard box. Harris was there to meet it.
Too deep there from Kazama. Just nothing out of that corner.
Yoshimoto anticipated that longer pass forward.
I think they must have prepared for Bailey Wright's long diagonals. So good at that, just finding the wing backs.
Ramsala, Costa. Looking for a whistle. The referee is not interested.
And again, good defending against one there. Glenn was just slightly in front of it for Najib. And the ball that was played in. Yeah, you can see there was a slight pull from Najib. Unlucky, Diego Costa was what he was complaining about.
Deciding against the short pass out from the goal kick. Harris. Has T got the pace to keep it in? Well, he's done better than that. He's on his side, a corner.
Yeah, he does well there. The ball was a little bit too long. Especially at that angle, the ball will bounce and go away from you. Does well to just push it again, say for Najib. It's a corner, 2 for BG, and this is their first Man City Sailors.
Nakamura delivers it low. set up on the throw-in from the Lion City Sailors. And it's come off Glenn Quay.
Well, Nakamura would want to be putting in a better corner than the first one that he had. He's drilled in looking for Datkovic, but well read.
There's Nakamura, a bit more height on that delivery. Shah with the defensive header. Glenn Quay gets to it ahead of Datkovic. Possession recovered quickly by the Lion City Sailors. Side with Kyogo Nakamura there as well. Ramsala's switched across now. There's Harris. Dengue. Tight defensively.
Yeah, good defending from Irfan Najib there. Stuck to his man. Ramsala will make that run inside. So far, two well-organized teams.
Well, you mentioned boxing match earlier, Shasi. Some might say this is more like a chess match.
Yeah, exactly. And again, battles all around the pitch, as I said before the game, and tactically, players who are very aware of what's happening around them, not only in their positions. It could take a special moment.
Hey. Ramsala. Well, it's taken a touch on its way through.
Goal kick given, and no complaints either from Sailors.
Might have been off a teammate.
He just cuts inside, always on his right, and as soon as he gets there.
Oh no touch. It was just a wild effort in the end. It's interesting because I just saw the flight of the ball actually change.
Yep.
And I saw a bit of that in their shooting practice in the warm-up. Shasi, we were having a look at how sharp they looked in their finishing.
Yeah, we were looking at that, and very sharp indeed. The way they finished off their shooting drills. It's a challenge on Nakamura.
Getting brought down by his former midfield partner at club level. Yeah, still midfield partners at international level.
Yep.
Singapore will be taking on Bangladesh in the next international window. They've already qualified for the AFC Asian Cup, Saudi Arabia next year. That fixture should be a bit of a celebration. Ramsala with the cross in, and it's Leonard T with the header. Flicked into goal by the top scorer. There is their breakthrough.
Yeah, quality on the cross, quality on the finish as well. I think BG Tampines will be disappointed in the way this ball came in, but also in the way they defended the cross. Cut in. Yeah, he just went in front, ghosted past Mahler, and then just went in front of Yamashita. And watching him in the match itself, you know, he doesn't stay still, and that's the mark of a great striker. His movement takes it past Mahler, takes him past Yamashita, and the header, brilliant.
Enjoy the movement there from Leonard T. That's his 9th league goal. And Ramsala picking up his 8th assist with that cross. Chance on the break. T again! Oh, brilliant save by Rogers. Danger not over. Costa got it out by Glenn Quay. And teammates eventually, the Sega Sumi, calm and composed.
Well, that was a great save from Casey Rogers, but having said that, Leonard T should have buried that one. That would have been 2-0 and an uphill battle. Look at the strong running, and he knew exactly what he wanted to do. There you go. It was straight at the goalkeeper.
Wonderful save by Rogers. Instincts there. He's diving down low to his left to keep that one out. Buhaja into Shah. Yoshimoto. A couple of important interventions from Bailey Wright. And that goal will change the flow of this contest now.
Exactly. He's already woken up PG's attacking play already there. Shah nearly got through. Buhaja with a very good ball in. Good block. Wasn't it from Bailey Wright? Double block there. Superb from central defender.
It will be fascinating to see what this response will be like from PG Tampines. The first time they trailed this season in the league. It's Kazama. T. Nakamura. Costa making a run on the outside. It's Ramsala instead who picks it up on the right. It's met by Mahler.
Good, strong defending from Mahler there. Brilliant from the central defender. And again, strong running from Ramsala. Look at this. On his day, it's so difficult to stop. Mahler has done it. Brilliant.
Shahiran has 2 goals for the club this season. Inside to Sumi, through the legs of Haris Harun. Right, sliding in. The possession will stay with PG Tampines.
Yeah, Haris Harun didn't want to commit into the challenge there when Sega Sumi went past him.
Shah goes for goal. It's an effort on target, but an easy one for Susak, who wants to release quickly, looking for Leonard T. Uses his body well. Just glides Mahler out of position. Gets the ball from Nakamura. Is Akram.
I think that goal has done good for the game. You know, I think it's opened up a little bit with PG Tampines just trying to push on a little bit further, then leaving gaps as well on the counter. And on the counter, Lion City Sailors are so equipped at punishing their opponents.
Batkovic It's Ramsel up. Akram. It was Hami, clever. Still with Hami Shaheen, a cut back to T.
Well, that was just class, wasn't it, from Hami Shaheen? Just went past Shah Shahiran, because he had committed himself.
There's Higashikawa. Wanted it back from Bahagia. Decided instead to pop it off to Sega Sumi. There's Koya Kazama. Nicely reversed into Bahagia.
And nothing going past Billy right at the moment. He's been outstanding in the middle. It's been a rock so far. And that was the ball from Kazama. He can unlock defenses with those passes. Another player who's on the bench today, Kobayashi as well.
Kazama. Really good delivery that.
I think Akram just got there in front of Irfan Najib. He had to make that header. It's a very good delivery, as you said. There you go. It's a combination of Susak and Akram.
Irfan Najib still there, standing in front of Susak. Akram trying to protect his goalkeeper. Nice look at the battle in the penalty box. Palmed away by Susak. Yamashita picks it up. Bahagia with a poor cross. Yoshimoto was just about to say could put a better one in.
Yeah, it's a poor ball in, but having said that, I was just looking down the line as well. A couple of players were already in an offside position.
Look at the Sailors bench. Varo Moreno looking nice and relaxed. Enjoying his short stint as the interim head coach. Ramsel up. There's Costa. There's Yoshimoto. Can't get away from Ndenge.
BG Tampines playing themselves into trouble there in the middle of the park, just trying to play out from the back. Well stopped, the high press from Ndenge. There you go. It's a very strong runner as well. But Gladquay again does his defensive work very well.
Outswinger from Nakamura. Clicked on by Sega Sumi. Akram meant that as a shot. But it's turned into a pass for Nakamura. Club record start to the season for the Land City Sailors. Perfect 10 from 10. Which also levels their club record run of consecutive victories. As it stands, they are also 10 points clear of PG Tampines. Incredible goal difference that the Sailors have. Yoshimoto goes inside Sega Sumi.
At the moment, PG Tampines, whenever the ball goes out wide, especially on this side with Yoshimoto, tends to play that one low and in front of the LCS defense. Could be a little bit easy for them to deal with it.
It's Kazama to Bahagia. Chipped in. Offside is the call anyway.
Oh, very unlucky there. I thought that was a very well-played move, trying to get behind the Sailors' defense. That's how you do it, with a simple 1-2 or a wall pass and making those runs behind. Trent Bourgia there caught offside.
The Lion City Sailors have only conceded 4 goals in the league this season. Gonna chase this one down. Calmness from Casey. Kazama. It's Yoshimoto. Good shape on that cross. The right had to get there once again.
That is the kind of cross I was talking about. Instead of playing it in front, you got to play it behind it with the swerve and the shape on it as well. It's a superb ball in. So difficult to really deal with cleanly. The defenders, it's a nightmare for them. And again, who's there? It's Billy Wright.
There's Bahagia. Irfan. A couple of opportunities for BG Tampines here from the corners and then the second phase.
Yeah, it's good play actually from BG. Trent Bourgia puts the ball in. It's a good one. Actually, tell you what, could have or should have put this on target. Irfan Najib.
Kazama. There's Bahagia. He's waiting for the offside flag here, the Sailors' defense. They're not getting it. Shah. That's a dangerous ball in by Shah Shahiran. Darkovic with the touch. Take it away from Hide Higashikawa.
That was a brilliant ball. Superb ball in from the skipper. Look at that, the bounce in was there, and Datkovic. It was a brilliant challenge as well. Needed to get the touch in because Higashikawa was just lurking behind him.
Good whip. Sega Sumi with the header.
Well, they could have been level already, BG Tampines. That is another, I could say, a chance here. Just in front of goal there. Probably just a little bit high. And half chance for Sega Sumi. A good response from BG Tampines.
Sega Sumi. Brought in as a replacement for Kyuga Nakamura. Looking for his first league goal. Been one high up the pitch. There is Sega Sumi! Fizz just wide. Living dangerously here, the Lion City Sailors.
Oh, this is great pressing from the top from BG Tampines. And Akram just giving the ball away because of the press. Under pressure, gives the ball away. Sega Sumi picks this one up and it's very close, very, very close.
has a goal in the Singapore Cup for BG Tampines. Youngster on loan from Fagiano Okayama. When I say youngster, I don't know if I'm allowed to call him a youngster in the context of the world of football. 23 years old. A young person in the grand scheme of things. There's going to be a yellow card.
I don't think this was on purpose, and again, don't know. This should have been a yellow card, but let's take a look at this again. Ball goes up in the air.
Oh, wow. You know what, Chassis? We have seen...
Yeah, of course, of course.
I'm going to bring up Madhu Mohana here. We saw him be sent off for an arm into the face of Razak in another match.
There was a swinging action, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And the difference between this and Madhu was his hands was just outstretched up in the air. But
Exactly.
Nakamura's, there was a swinging action.
So, exactly my point.
Yeah,
so
so
if you look at that incident,
exactly,
and he was sent off straight red, Nakamura could be in a lot of trouble here.
this could go to VAR, and I think it will go to VAR and to the screens as well. An on-field decision was the yellow card.
Now, that aside, I really hope that Yoshimoto is okay here.
And again, the swinging action, there was force as well, you know. That's the funny part about that challenge from Nakamura. And it's really unlike him. And let's take a look at this again. This is the incident. He goes up. There you go. Don't know why there was... And I think Shah in there as well saw it.
Just waiting to see if there will be a recommendation for an on-field review. Check is going on in the background. Yoshimoto seems to have picked up a cut as well, just on his upper cheek, right underneath his eye. And hopefully he's going to be okay and we'll be able to continue to try and temporarily patch this up. That's a nasty one.
Yeah, exactly. And well, if we are talking about consistencies and all, then, you know, just comparing incidents, then this has got to be a red card. Simple as that.
Yoga Nakamura, by the way, has never been sent off in his career, and he's not going to be sent off here. Wow. Okay. So the decision, they stay with the on-field decision. It's a yellow card. Interesting. I think he can count himself
Very lucky.
very fortunate there.
Yeah.
They get away with one.
Yeah, and it looks like Yoshimoto will need stitches, so this has got to be a real quick job here.
Huge talking point in this first half. That incident between Nakamura and Yoshimoto. BG Tampines, are they looking to make the change here now? Still quite a bit of time to go until the break.
But the problem is they don't want also to be playing with 10 men for a long time before he comes in again. So decisions to be made, and it's unlucky because he's so important. And there you go. I think Shah Shahiran there near the sidelines, so disappointed.
So being forced to make a change here, Amirul Haikal is going to be coming on for Takeshi Yoshimoto. Not going to be able to continue here, Yoshimoto, with him needing stitches. So Amirul Haikal will get an opportunity. It's a blow for PG Tampines. Because they have lost an important player.
Exactly. Very much so as well. And he's been a very good signing as well for them at left back.
Amirul Haikal making his third appearance in the SPL. Ivan Sousa being told not to waste any time. I mean, there's such a long way to go in this game. Into the channel. It's away from Marla. Cross is too close to Rogers.
Yeah, couldn't wrap his foot round the ball enough. Rogers with a confident take as well.
Shah again. It's a Higashikawa sandwich. That's right. That's poor. Rescued by Dankovic, but a late challenge on Sega Sumi.
Yeah, a couple of errors in there, but Billy right with the first one, trying to play the ball up. Got caught. And then Sega Sumi almost threaded the ball in for Higashikawa. Good position here. That was the interception from Shah. This ball in. Superb from Dankovic. Lead challenge in there.
He's still having a go at the official, saying, well, why wasn't that looked at? I mean, you can completely understand his frustrations.
Well, it's just inconsistencies, that's it. You know, I think the decision made a couple of weeks ago, a month back with Madu Mohana, that set the precedent. And obviously you want to be as consistent as possible for the next couple of months with those kind of decisions, and it hasn't happened here.
But Shasi, even if we take this in isolation, let's forget about the Madu Mohana one.
Yep.
Okay, people talk about consistency and the lack of, that was a different circumstance, right? Even here, if you just take it on its own, and you look at what we've seen, come on, you must be thinking that's worth another look at least.
Of course, and it wasn't. You know, I obviously was looked at in the background, but wasn't recommended to the referee for an on-field review.
Well, on we go. Kazama! Oh, it's a brilliant strike! Gets the crown from Glenquay. King Kazama with a brilliant free kick to level the scores.
Well, I tell you what, from the moment it left his foot, it was goal written all around it, because Sousa, I don't think he was in the right position. He was scrambling throughout to his left, and he was nowhere near the ball. A brilliant free kick from Kazama, and not his first.
Fourth of the season for Koya Kazama. Remember, he scored an excellent free kick goal against the Lion City Sailors in the Community Shield as well. A superb effort by Koya Kazama. And I think perhaps a bit of justice for BG Tampines.
And it makes the game a little bit more interesting as well. 3 minutes of added time in this first half at least. But I would love to look at that replay again because Sousa, I don't know, seems way off in his positioning.
And Alliance City Sailors with this corner that's whipped in. Going to put Casey Rogers under all sorts of pressure. So many white shirts in that 6-yard box. Away side, able to get it clear. Alliance City Sailors have only conceded in 4 previous matches this season. They've kept 6 clean sheets in their 10 games coming into this one. And they've never conceded more than 1 goal in a match this campaign.
Yeah, if there is any side that could do that, it's BG Tampines, because of the quality that they've got going forwards as well.
Dumped on by Bahagia, Kashikawa, the shot. Bahagia. Akram sturdy. Now there goes the whistle for half-time. An intriguing first half of football between the Singapore Premier League's top 2 sides. Lots of talking points already. And a couple of really good goals to enjoy. It was Leonard T who got the scoring started with the first for the Lion City Sailors, flicking it past Casey Rogers off a Bart Ramsala cross. And BG Tampines, to their credit, responded very well, created several chances. And then Koya Kazama in the 45th with an excellent equalizer from a free kick, which makes it Lion City Sailors 1, BG Tampines Rovers 1 at half-time here. Welcome back to Jalan Besar Stadium. It's half-time here between the Lion City Sailors and BG Tampines Rovers. 1-all the score. Plenty to look at with the half-time highlights. So let's get into it. Beginning with this from Bart Ramsala. His effort in the 19th minute.
Yeah, he just got under the ball here, Bart Ramsala. Powerful runner. You always know what you're going to get from him as he turns inside or cuts inside. So he's going to go for a shot.
Just 2 minutes after that, in the 21st, Leonard T getting his 9th goal of the season. Flicking this cross in past Casey Rogers in goal for PG Tampines.
Yeah, just looking at the replays again, Yamashita wasn't aware at all that Leonard T was just making that run in front of him. He goes behind and then goes in front of him, and the ball comes in. It was a good ball, I've got to say, but the header, Casey Rogers, he's going to save that. Good header.
Ramsala with his 8th assists in the SPL.
Goal for Lions.
And then, just a minute after that, Lion City Sailors could have made it too. And Dengue with the lovely ball into space for Ramsala. Laid it on a plate for Leonard T. But it was a wonderful save by Casey Rogers, 16-year-old, doing well to deny Leonard T.
And seeing Dengue playing Ramsala through, and he took it first time. Great ball in. Great save, you got to say. But Leonard T, nevertheless, would be disappointed if he didn't bury this home.
And then BG Tampines responded with a few chances themselves, mainly from corners. Sega Sumi in the 35th.
Yeah, a couple of half chances before they scored the equalizing goal. And Sega Sumi, the header. And this was Akram giving the ball away.
Picked up by Sega Sumi in midfield. And that were plenty of pace and just wide.
At this point, they were getting closer and closer and closer. Sega Sumi there, receiving the ball from Akram. Says thank you very much, but just keep it on target.
And a talking point from that first half, an incident here involving Kyoga Nakamura and Takeshi Yoshimoto. Yoshimoto, who had to leave the pitch, needing stitches. A yellow card was given to Nakamura, and the VAR had a look at it, and there was no recommendation for an on-field review, but perhaps he should have been sent off.
Yeah, just taking a look at this, and just take a look at the reaction of Shasha Hiran there. He knew exactly, right in front of his nose as well. There you go. And there was a swing of the arm.
Nakoya Kazama making it 1-all in the 45th minute. A brilliant way for him to score his 4th in the league.
It was so brilliant from Kazama. He's curling it past the post, and obviously past Susa was nowhere near the ball.
Goal for BG Tampines.
Dispatched with quality, that free kick by Koya Kazama. So we have a look at some of the numbers from that first half.
Yeah, and pretty even in terms of possession. A number of attempts for BG Tampines. You could throw in some half chances in there, but really poised for the second half. It's going to be a great second half to watch for the fans and for the neutrals.
Nicely balanced, plenty of quality out there on the pitch. Looking forward to more in the second 45, but let's have a look back at match week 11 so far. 5-2 win for Balestier on the Friday. Yesterday saw Albirex picking up a 2-0 win against the Young Lions. And we will wrap things up tomorrow at Bishan Stadium as the two Uniteds collide, Hougang and Tanjong Pagar. We'll go away for another break, and when we come back, we will have the second half between the top two sides in the Singapore Premier League.
fully available today.
And we are back at Jalan Besar Stadium, just ahead of the second half between the Lion City Sailors and BG Tampines Rovers. If you're just joining us, welcome along. A wonderful first half of football that we had. Chances at both ends. Koya Kazama in your picture with the brilliant equalizer of a free kick just before the break. Leonard T with his 9th goal of the season in the 21st minute, giving the Lion City Sailors the lead. Sets us up very nicely for this second half, which should prove to be a pretty fascinating half of football.
Yeah, expecting more of the same in the second half. He's finally poised, and that goal from Kazama really makes it even enticing match in this second half. And even Anderson Lopez was probably praising Kazama as he went in the second half for that goal. Making an exchange of pleasantries there. But yeah, it's going to be a good one in the second half. Lots of quality.
So no changes in personnel at half-time, but there was a change in the first half. Amirul Haikal having to come on to replace Takeshi Yoshimoto, who had to leave the field with a facial injury. Injury that we're hearing is going to require stitches, which is why he wasn't able to continue. Both teams ready to go ahead of this second half. We got the second 45 underway. The Lion City Sailors going from right to left on your screens in the white and blue, up against BG Tampines in the yellow and black. Jacob Mahler climbs above Ndenge. There's Bohaja, plenty of pace to burn. Kazama trying to play it into his run. Too close to belly right. Ashura Yamashita. Here's Glenn Quay. Sega Sumi came close. Long-range effort in that first half. Shah. The Bahaja back to Sega Sumi. Shah. Sumi into Kazama. Bahaja. Kazama. Very fun. Amirul Haikal. It's Bailey right. It's pretty much everywhere for the Lion City Sailors on the defensive side of things in that first half. Sumi having time to just turn. Good ball from Kazama. Right across that face of goal. In front of Najib, could be in a bit of trouble.
I'm surprised that nothing has been given, but this ball in from Kazama, what a ball. And then just take a look at this challenge from Irfan. Well, he was caught. That's why Irfan Najib says sorry, and there's no yellow card. It's a weird one. Again.
He was incredibly late, wasn't he?
And he was stopping a counter-attack situation. That's why Irfan Najib stopped him anyway.
is Nakamura. Denge. Let's Nakamura. Malo taking charge and clearing out Sega Sumi as well, his teammate, who's okay, thankfully. Costa.
This was the ball that was played in, and a combination of both of them just clearing the ball out.
This is such a huge game already, early on in this season, because of the way these two clubs have performed in the league, the way the Land City Sailors have started the campaign. And the win for PG Tampines puts them right back in that push for the title. It closes the gap to 4 points, and then they'll still have that game in hand.
Yeah, exactly the point I was making before the game as well. It's so important that PG get a result here, boost their confidence as well.
Get a result, the away side should be looking to go for that win. The draw will be pretty good for the Land City Sailors, all things considered.
Glenn Quay there, he did well to intercept the ball, that pass, that attempted pass, but he gives the ball away too cheaply.
Both teams have been really good to watch. Chassis,
Yeah.
technical quality, tactically as well.
You just spoke about it, this tactical aspect, and you know, we'll come back to this.
Denge right on the Sega Sumi. Ramzala. Nakamura. It's well done by Amirul Haikal. Been pretty steady so far since coming on for Yoshimoto.
Exactly. Natural left footer as well.
Doesn't get too many minutes with PG Tampines. Be keen to impress.
Good pressing there. Just going back to the tactical part or the tactical aspect of this game, and you know, sometimes you see Trent Boagia up top, and then sometimes you see Kazama in there. So it's the responsibility that the players are taking on the pitch as well. You know, sometimes if you see a certain player in that position, then you've got to cover him in another position. So they're doing it, and so good to watch.
Taken quickly by Bailey Wright. Nakamura. Bahagia on the away side with the pace that they have. They look dangerous. Well, there was a challenge from Hamid Shaheen. Jansen Fu says it was a clean one. A couple of complaints from Bahagia and Kazama. The play continues. Here's Ramzala down the other end.
Brilliant defending, a combination of the block as well as Sega Sumi in there, tracking Ramzala all the way. You just don't want him just before that in that position. Take the ball to drive the ball forward. Luckily, there was that block of the shot. This was there were two challenges in a row. This one, yeah, I think this was the right decision. Nakamura went down a little bit too easily, and then Trent Boagia, Amishain just coming back. Let's take a look at the challenge. I think this looked more of a foul than the first one for Nakamura.
Costa couldn't bend it around. Irfan. Sega Sumi, lovely turn. Tries to drive past 3. Heavy touch means it's a turnover. Torres. Tenge. Nakamura. Well read by Yamashita. Harris. Akram, but Amirul should get there first, and he does.
Yeah, you read it. Ball was a little bit too far for Akram as well.
Amirul Haikal making his 64th appearance for BG Tampines. Setting up for this long throw. Not too much of a run-up area for Akram Azman. On that side, doesn't get enough distance. Torres into Ramzallah. Irfan. Gashikawa makes something of that. And space here for BG Tampines. It's a 4 against 4. Glenn Quay. Kazama. Back to Quay. And the header might have been on target from Higashikawa.
Yeah, just couldn't get that power on the header, the cross. Such that it was behind him as well. So he needed to really arm his body to get that connection.
Player who is on loan from J3 club to Chigi City. It kind of reminds me of Korai Tanaka.
Yeah.
Not Chinedu Ezako, obviously. The director doing me dirty there by cutting to Chinedu Ezako as I speak of Korai Tanaka. Thanks for that. Comparison, obviously, with Hide Higashikawa in terms of how all action they are.
Yeah, you're right. And the stature as well, the physical presence as well is the same. You know, it's not the tallest of players.
Yeah, even how they get about and how their socks are around their shins. Korai Tanaka, who plays in Indonesia for Dewa United. He was with Persis, formerly with the Lancity City Sailors, Elbrex and Ballister Khalsa in the Singapore Premier League. Akram.
Another easy catch. Quality on that delivery on the ball, on the cross. It wasn't the best from Akram.
That well in Nenge. He's frustrated with his teammates. But no one else was pushing on.
It does seem that Haris Harun has pushed on to central midfield. He's playing with a back 4 now.
Sega Sumi. Gashikawa.
Now the ball is from very right, I think, and Ramsla makes the best out of it.
That's Nakamura. Lifted over the top for T. Oh dear.
Yeah, second touch, just ball out of play. Leonard T. Interestingly enough as well, we've got Lopez there to go, second touch. Unlucky. Anderson Lopez just doing his warm-up just behind the post.
That's right, Anderson Lopez, Rui Pires and Shawal Anuar. Just getting ready to come on if needed. Being called over, and it looks like it's Shawal who's being called over here. Varo Moreno, who's seen his side concede for the first time since he took over.
Both players, central midfielders, just having a good tussle in the middle of the park. Sian Denge and Shah Shahiran.
Shawal Anuar being prepared to come on. In the meantime, Leonard T. Was there a handball from Mala? No hesitation from Jensen Fu, says it came off the leg of Jacob Mala.
This will be looked at. Look at ball in from Trent Bojan, not the best here. And did look like the ball came off his the boot and his arm. Definitely be checked. And I think it's confirmed, no penalty.
Shah. Kazama. Sega Sumi. Good spell of pressure here from PG Tampines. Kazama. Flying header from Akram Azman means the Sailors can break. With Ramsala. Costa on his bike. Goes on the inside. It's Ramsala. Costa.
Well, in the end, the sheer numbers in the penalty area for PG Tampines helped them out there. Brilliant organisation, just dropped back, got into position. But Ramsala, how good is he? Especially when he's got the ball and with space in front of him. It's almost unstoppable.
Do you think that was the right decision from Ramsala, though?
Yeah, it's a good question, actually. He could have probably taken a shot on his own. Started to be selfish.
There's Glenn Quay.
Disappointing end there from Glenn Quay.
Kazama. Yamashita. to be patient. And City Sailors very comfortable, sitting deep. No space to work with.
I think the ball wasn't the best. I think Higashikawa and even Glenn Quinn made that very good run from outside in. Quality on the delivery better.
And so Shawal Anuar is going to be coming on for Hamid Shahid.
Sailors number 16, Hamid Shahid, is replaced by number 7, Shawal Anuar.
5 league goals this season for Shawal Anuar. Attacking change here, Shasi?
Yeah, I think so. And again, Shawal Anuar is one of those players who has a knack of being at the right place at the right time. The quality of his runs and finishing as well. He goes right up top with Leonard T going out right.
Shawal Anuar making his 205th appearance in the SPL.
Vince Nakamura will play through the middle.
Shawal also making his 111th appearance for the Lion City Sailors in all competitions. Nakamura. Lovely flighted entity. Shawal with a big chance. How about that from Shuya Yamashita for some top defensive work.
Well, there's a couple of things, the talking points there. One was the quality of that brilliant ball from Nakamura, and then Leonard T has the presence of mind to just drill this one across. And we spoke about Shawal Anuar having that knack of being at the right place at the right time, and there he was, almost putting them ahead, but Yamashita, brilliant defending.
136 appearances for PG Tampines for Shuya Yamashita now. His 4th season at the club. Still just 26. Costa on to the head of Ndenge.
Unlucky, agonizingly wide from Ndenge. Very good delivery from Costa, as you would expect. The outswinger just attacked the ball, just got in front of Shahiran. Should have scored.
More changes being prepared here for the Lion City Sailors. Rui Perez and Anderson Lopez set to come on in just a few moments. Mahaja. Great forward save by Susak.
Yeah, this time no problems at all from Susak.
Well, going back into that familiar pattern, that's what we've seen in this second half. One side has the ball, the other just sits off. A lot of respect.
Offside.
Tee into Shawal. Well, he's done his part. He's put that away. Flag has gone up. And a very early call by Shasi as well.
Yeah, it's so clear from where we are. Ball coming definitely late from Leonard T. As he receives the ball, Shawal had already gone on his bike. But it's a great finish from Shawal.
Dengue
Substitutions for Lana
is
City number 6.
replaced by Rui Pires.
Is replaced by number 8, Rui Perez.
And Leonard T,
And number 9,
who scored the opening goal in the 21st minute, his 9th of the season. He's done for the 9th, and in comes Anderson Lopez.
Yeah, again, with those changes, in terms of positions as well, changes there. Shawal goes wide and Lopez plays through the middle.
A Brazilian with 5 goals in the league this season. Haja. A little bit sloppy there from Sega Sumi. It's a flash, Shawal Anuar. To start a transition for the home side. Sumi eventually cleaning up. Maltese international, Trent Bahaja. Sumi for Higashikawa.
And very good movement in the middle from Higashikawa. Not staying put, making those runs in front of the defense and then making those lead runs. Just swing at it. Couldn't reach it.
Higashikawa, who once again is playing his part for his side. Looking to do a job on the right-hand side of that midfield 4 when they don't have it. Irfan should get there, but Ramsala has picked up the rebound! Oh, wow!
Well, the problem was the second ball. As the ball comes in, the clearance from Irfan Najib was picked up by that man there. He almost drilled it into the top corner. Unlucky for Ramsala.
Rams it off the crossbar. Left off on the away side. Midfield not dropping off quick enough on that occasion. That's Shawal. Good take. Tried to twist away from Yamashita, but Mala was on hand to help. Has got a bit of an issue as well with this right leg. Bit of a quad injury.
Yeah, I'm just thinking whether Kobayashi would be a perfect time for him to come on and shine on the stage, because he has that ability to unlock defenses.
Called over yet for PG Tampines, so they're going to give Glenn Quay some time here. I think he's saying to Chinedu Ezako now, look, I can't carry on anymore.
Yeah, he's limping. He's definitely limping there. You can tell once the change. And I think someone is being summoned.
Might be Dylan Fox.
That's an interesting one.
Yamashita. Well, presses on from the Sailors. Pass goes back. Oh, look at that from Sega Sumi. He's got a smile on his face as well. He knows that was excellent.
Yeah, because that ball back would have been a risky one to take, and then he turns Nakamura.
He's enjoying himself in midfield here. Tampines number 7. It's such a wonderful outlet to have when sides are pressing and you've got composed players, good technical footballers who can break away from that pressure. That's Glenn Quay. And Sumi looking for the give and go, gets it back into Higashikawa. Oh, saving the near post by Susak.
It's well worked, wasn't it? Sega Sumi at the heart of that.
Yamashita.
They overplayed that one. The run was from Franco Agia. But here comes the change.
As the 32-year-old Australian Dylan Fox, as we have a look at this Higashikawa effort.
This was the move, and ball just drilled straight into Susak. It was well worked, slow, patient build-up, and then once Sega Sumi played the ball in, he went for the return ball. Dylan Fox coming in with instructions, and he's playing in that right back position. So it's a 4-4-2.
Dylan Fox, he's had his injury issues over the last few weeks. In his 6th appearance in the SPL. As Shawal in the chase, Amirul. Good turn of pace. There's with Shawal Anuar. Ramsar. Costa. Sliding in, surely a foul on Higashikawa. That's been given.
It's a blatant one as well. Showing the yellow card. As he receives the ball here, just goes past Perez, and definitely a foul. Offense, but obviously in keeping with the inconsistencies. Just going back to the earlier challenge from Irfan Najib, wasn't carded.
First yellow card in the SPL for Hripiresh this season. Came through as a young player with the FC Porto. Didn't make a senior appearance for them. He played in France and then came back to the Portuguese top flight, eventually making his way to the Lancity Sailors. There's Bahagia. Oh, that's clever from Kazama. Amirul Bahagia. Rakovic with the block.
Yes, brilliant play from BG Tampines. Kazama again. And I think that was the right ball as well to play from Michael. He's done well since he's come on. Defensively and in attacking situations as well.
There's Kazama again. Perez in the way. Shawal looks to prevent a corner. Did he touch that, Koyakazama?
He'll say no.
Referee agrees with him. You'd expect of your defensive midfielder. Shielding the back line.
Yeah, this was the opportunity here. The ball in, reverse ball, perfectly weighted. He makes the right decision in pulling this back for Trent Bergia. Well blocked in the end.
Clever with that touch. Gashikawa, he might have been fouled. The referee thought about it. Decided against blowing his whistle. So the Sailors who come forward. Ramtala. Two in front of him. Goes to recycle. Here's Perez. Shawal does well to head it into the path of Akram Asman. When sliding in.
Yeah, it's again great tactical awareness from Trent Bergia, just putting the work in and through to corner though, defend this situation.
Higashikawa is going to go over into the swimming pool. Kamura, that's good, confident goalkeeping by the youngster.
Impressive from Casey there. He take responsibility. Got there first. Attack the ball.
Interesting to see what happens of Casey Rogers and his career going forward. Going around that he might be on the move with his family. Apparently has had some trials or has spoken to some clubs in Japan. See what happens. Izama.
Last 8 or 7 minutes or so of this game. Nerves might kick in.
Well, there's not been much in the way of entertainment, Shasi.
Yeah.
But there's been plenty of quality.
Yeah, you're right. And might come the last 5 or so minutes here.
Costa. It's Fox. Big defensive clearance. Covered by Dankovic. Irfan says that went out of play. Have to be careful with the challenges here.
Irfan should have just played to the whistle, because I don't think that the ball had gone out of play. Known better, Irfan.
Perez. Stankovic. Ramsala. Akram Azman. Ramsala with some space to work with, goes back to Costa. Pires is free. It's back to Dankovic. Nakamura, dangerous ball potentially there, but Fox did well to take charge and clear.
Yeah, you can see what he was trying to do, trying to curl it into the path of Lopez. This far post area, well blocked by Fox.
Costa with the outswinger. Amiro gonna send it to halfway. Ramsala has given Susak something to think about here. I'll just reset. PG Tampines will be making a couple of changes in just a bit. Raul Suhaimi and Joel Chu getting ready. Ramsala's got the quality to be the match winner. Dresh. Akram. Costa. Not too much Shawal could really do with the cross there from Costa. The Shah takes the foul. And here are the changes for BG Tampines. Koya Kazama scored a superb free kick at the end of that first half. Is replaced by Joel Chu. Irfan Najib is also going to be coming off. He will be replaced by Raul Suhaimi.
Yeah, like for like changes, I guess, and final push in this game.
A change for the Lions and the Sailors as well. Christopher Vellenhausen is going to be coming on for Akram Azman.
Substitution for Lion City Sailors, number 30, Akram Azman, is replaced by number 22, Chris Van Hughes.
Now that's it for substitutions for both sides. Yamashita. That's Raul Suhaimi's first touch since coming on. Raul Suhaimi. Lopez. Openly defended by Shu Yamashita. Going to pick out a teammate. Sustained spell of pressure here from the Lion City Sailors, looking for that winner. PG Tampines have been forced to sit pretty deep. There's Ramsala. Rogers came for that. Shawal. Oh, Fox hooks it away.
Yeah, he was really positive. Casey Rogers comes out and sponge only as far as a Sailors player.
Costa. Sega Sumi, and both him and Shah Shahiran just trying to protect that back line. No foul on Shah. Picks it up again. Goes on a run on his own. There's no real support from anyone else aside from Hide Higashikawa. BG Tampines, I think, just happy to sit and hold on to this. Looking a little bit tired as well, which you can completely understand. They don't have the depth that the Sailors have, and they were busy in AFC Champions League too.
Yeah, you're right. Some of the players are really down on their knees.
You think back to the Singapore Cup final, the quality that the Sailors had to come on from off the bench, that was the difference maker.
Exactly. And if you just take a look at Higashikawa as well, he's just struggling to get back into shape.
Minimum of 4 minutes to be added on. There's Van Housen. Nakamura. Darkovic. Lopez takes it down nicely. Gonna get a shot away. Yamashita with the outstretched right leg to deny Lopez.
Yeah, I think they've done this all night long. PG Tampines, they've defended so well, stoutly putting numbers in the area where there's no clean shot on goal. Defensively, they've been solid as well.
In the area, Costa with the delivery, wrong direction with that header from Bailey Wright. Ramsala. Costa. Away from Raul to Jaime. Rogers has spilled it. Was there a foul on Nakamura? Jensen Fu waves away the appeals. There's Trent Bahagia.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was a foul.
No foul on Bahagia as well. Nakamura into Lopez. Can't clear the lines. Lopez with the shot. Check going on here.
Yeah, they wanted a foul there, but I don't think so. I think it was Shah who just used his body to stop Nakamura.
We'll just hold it up as they have a close look at this, the VAR.
Yeah, this was brilliant from Costa. And then drops it. No, I don't think that was a foul. He just used his body very well there. And then after this, it was Lopez with the effort, way off target.
Check complete, no penalty. Housen. Will Venhausen. He might have been fouled, but decision is a corner.
Yeah, probably the last opportunity here in the match. Casey got lucky there. He dropped it.
The interesting thing here is BG Tampines have played 2 matches with the 16-year-old in goal now. They've conceded just 2 goals. But still, plenty of danger here. Ashikawa with the flick on. It's to be retrieved by Trent Bahagia. Big distance between him and his teammates. And takes the contact from Ramzala, and a free kick.
Yeah, smart play. Very smart play from Trent Bahagia, using his speed, and then knew exactly what he was doing there. Ramzala just couldn't get out of the way, but it's still a foul. Obstruction. There his arm, left arm comes out.
That's clever play by Trent Bahagia. He was isolated. And so good quality on this delivery to put the Lion City Sailors defence under pressure. As Varo Moreno watching on, could be his final game in charge as interim head coach. What is the speculation is that Jesus Casas, former Iraq coach, is going to be taking over. Have to wait for official confirmation of that. Easy for Susak.
Yeah, not good enough from Joel Chu there.
And that is it. Final whistle at Jalan Besar. Pretty tepid second half between these two sides. Shasi.
Yeah, both sides cancelling each other, especially in the second half. It was a better first half in terms of quality and the thrills and spills in front of goal. But at the end of the day, I think it's a fair result for both these sides.
So pretty entertaining first half of football. Two teams cancelling each other out in the second. Varo Moreno drops points for the first time. His third match as interim head coach. Might be the last time we see him on the bench for the Lion City Sailors. We'll wait for updates officially from the club. And so, no real change in the race for the title. A Lenati goal in the first half, in the 21st minute. His 9th of the season, opening the scoring. And then Koyakazama with his 4th of the campaign. Sweetly struck free kick just before half-time to make it 1-1. That's all the goals we've had from here at Jalan Besar. The Lion City Sailors have lost their 100% record. They will stay unbeaten, as will BG Tampines Rovers. Final score here at Jalan Besar is the Lion City Sailors 1, BG Tampines Rovers 1. Let's go have a look at the highlights from this contest. Beginning with the opening goal in the 21st minute from Lenati.
Yeah, there was a great ball in from Costa. Great movement in the middle as well from Lenati, the goal scorer. Just gets in front of Yamashita, put the header on, and Casey from there just couldn't get down. That's the first goal for the Sailors.
Nice movement from Lenati to get away from Yamashita, and meet that delivery from Ramzala, and it was almost Ramzala to T again. It could have been 2 here. Great save by the 16-year-old Casey Rogers.
Yeah, almost 2 here. Lenati will be disappointed with that finish. Aimed it straight at the goalkeeper, but took nothing away from the save. Very, very important save. And that ball in from Ramzala, inch perfect.
That was in the 22nd minute, and in the 36th, good pressing from the away side. A mistake from Akram Asman, the pass going straight to Sega Sumi, and he had Susak, and the Sailors worried.
Yeah, they got close in that first half before the goal, and Sumi here just tracks it slightly wide. He was very close. The goalkeeper was scrambling.
There, Koyakazama with the equalizer, a splendid strike. In the 45th.
Yeah, just going around the wall and past Susak. Brilliant free kick, great technique on that one.
Goal for BG Tampines.
to make it 1-1 at half-time. And the 65th penalty, the dangerous looking ball through the penalty area. And Ashuya Yamashita denying Shawal Anuar.
And Shawal Anuar nearly got his first touch of the game. Nearly brought this one in, but great defending from Yamashita.
And then Ramsala rattling the crossbar with an effort in the 71st.
Yeah, I think this was the best effort in the second half. Wow, goalkeeper could get near that one.
Higashikawa coming close for BG Tampines, testing Susak at his near post in the 79th.
The architect of that was Sega Sumi. He was impressive throughout the game.
Substitution
He's a 1-2, and then the return ball in for Higashikawa. Straight at the goalkeeper though. Angle was tight.
And then in the first minute of added time, Anderson Lopez does some strong centre forward play. He carved out an opportunity for himself. Yamashita with the block.
Yeah, Yamashita, who was outstanding together with the rest of the BG Tampines defence this evening, gets another block from Lopez's shot.
Well, let's have a look at the stats from the match then, Shasi. Very close as expected.
Yeah, even Stevens there, even in terms of possession and the number of attempts as well. And that's why I think it was a fair result in the end. Loads for BG Tampines to do for the rest of the season as well.
Well, a draw between the two sides. What does that mean for the Singapore Premier League standings? It means that Alliance City Sailors have dropped points for the first time this season. A draw tonight. They are at 31 points, still 7 clear of BG Tampines, who pick up their third draw of the campaign. Those two teams stay unbeaten. Long way to go yet in the race for the title. More football to look forward to from the Singapore Premier League. Hougang United against Tanjung Pagar United tomorrow at Bishan Stadium. Head on down if you can. Kickoff is at 8:30 p.m. Otherwise, we will have you covered here on our broadcast. Well, thanks for joining us for this top of the table clash. It's good night from Jalan Besar Stadium, but we'll see you soon for more from the Singapore Premier League.